Good evening, everyone. Welcome. We're back for the first time in a while on back-to-back evenings. Feels like forever, but we're here. Sonny Edwards versus Galal Yafai, Saturday night in Birmingham. I forget what the arena's called now. I think it's BP Pulse. But it was the Genting Arena at one point or something. But anyway, whatever it is, boys, what a good fight this is in the flyweight division. WBC interim on the line, I think. So yeah, top matchup. I don't agree with the narrative that it's like a boxer v puncher, because although Sonny can't punch, but Galal can box. He's an Olympic gold medalist, for God's sake. But yeah, I'll come to both of you for your predictions, your thoughts on the matchup. But first off, boys, how's things?
Yeah, good, man. Really good. You?
Yeah, good stuff. I am. Yeah. How about yourself, Liam?
Yeah, I'm all good, lads. Yeah, like you say, it's mouth-watering this weekend. It's the best domestic fight Matchroom have given us all year. We've waited till the end of November, but we finally got something worthy of getting up for over here in the UK. So let's enjoy it. Like we said last night, it starts a mega run of boxing that doesn't end until lunchtime on Christmas Eve. So 5 weeks of fun coming up.
Yeah, love it.
Exciting times.
Cool. Sonny lost to Bam 2 fights ago. He had a good comeback win against Adrian Curiel, returned to the scene of the crime as well in Phoenix. Good evening, Hawkan. Hope you're well, my friend. Thanks for tuning in, as always. And I hope you're excited for the fight. I'd imagine you're flying into to Birmingham very soon, Hawkan. So, enjoy that, my man. I saw Darren Aston was actually at the public workouts. I've just watched the video. There's a bit of a scrap going on, was it, at the public workouts?
It was Charlie and one of the retired.
Charlie Edwards.
Was it Charlie?
Yeah.
Charlie Edwards is desperately begging one of the Yafais to come out of retirement to fight him.
Yeah, he's trying to make it about him, isn't he, Charlie?
No one's interested in watching you fight. Your last fight's numbers prove that. Your brother is more of a draw than you will ever be. Unfortunately, they're boxing for your old belt, mate. So sit down, carry the bucket, hold the gum shield, and shut the fuck up. Sorry.
Oh, I love it. Jay's Fight Talk back with a bang. It seems manufactured. Don't get me wrong. The presser will be tomorrow, and I've no doubt that Sonny will be up to his old tricks. And I hope he is, to be fair.
Listen, Galal, sorry to cut you, but I've literally just watched the face-off, right? Galal and Sonny are friends.
They are, they are.
Right? And you could see that. You could feel it. They've got nothing but respect for each other. Charlie is trying to make it about himself. It's not about Edwards versus Yafai. It's about Charlie trying to manufacture a big fight for himself. He tried to do it with his brother. It hasn't worked. So now he's back in camp Edwards, and he's now trying to make it about himself. For me, that's selfish. It's very selfish. It's not about Charlie. It's about Sonny and Galal. Cal and Gamal Yafai have done nothing but stay in the background. They've respected the brother's limelight. That's what Charlie should be doing and not making it about himself.
Charlie turned up to the press conference with a rubber duck for Cal, saying, look, you ducked me 5 years ago, trying to make it about him then.
He flew in from Portugal for it as well.
Yeah, that was 3 days after he'd won the European title off his Songa. Instead of celebrating the win, he's doing that.
Cal never needed Charlie.
Nah.
Charlie's always needed somebody else because he's not a massive ticket seller. As much as he tries to be a name, unfortunately, Charlie, you're not about that. Sonny, who was in his shadow when he first turned over, has done it the hard way, and now he's one of the faces of British boxing. Whether you like him or don't like him, Sonny Edwards is one of the faces of British boxing. He's one of the only flyweights, super flyweights, that is known across the pond. Name me, you can't name many super flyweights. You can't name many. And we're boxing, we're boxing nerds. Sonny has done something outside of the scope of what's the norm. And Charlie, for me, he's jealous. He'll never admit that. Oh, it's about my brother, and he's jealous because Sonny's done more than what he ever could in terms of being a household, maybe not a household name, but within boxing circles, Sonny's a bit of a name. He's a big name, and he's done that himself by building his brand up.
Sonny's been over in America and all the rest of it. He's been in bigger fights, no doubt.
Look, Sonny is is the brother. He's the one that's made a name for himself. I mean, there's not many world title fights that you talk about from during the COVID lockdown periods, but the schooling that Sonny put on at York Hall at the start of 2021 is one world title fight I will remember from during lockdown because it was an absolute masterclass that deserved the crowds. And he's gone off. And look, that performance he gave against Bam, I said it last night, I think Jay said something similar as well, beats any other flyweight in the world. Unfortunately, Bam Rodriguez is top 3 pound for pound, and he's going to go on to do special things at higher weight classes. That's the level we're talking that Sonny's at here.
Yeah.
Look, him and Galal are friendly. Like you say, mate, I've just watched the face-off. That is 2 men that are doing business on Saturday night. They're not there because there's any bad blood. They're not there because of X, Y, and Z. Galal is in that fight because if he beats Sonny Edwards, he proves he's the best British flyweight, and it's his turn to go and chase Bam Rodriguez, Chocolatito, fighters of that ilk. Sonny Edwards is there because, as far as he knows, I've lost to the man. I am the next man. I believe I can come again. He's not moved up in weight and decided to forge a new path for himself. He stayed at flyweight. It's a business transaction for these two, but it's going to be a fantastic fight. No matter which way it goes, whether it's not puncher versus boxer. You don't win an Olympic gold medalist by being a puncher. You have to be cute. You have to be able to show.
Exactly, I agree with that, Liam. It's just because Galal's a bigger puncher than Sonny. That's why the narrative's been.
Yeah, well, he's 6 knockouts in 8 fights. So if someone only goes off of a knockout percentage, oh my god, he's a monster. But it's 6 fights, and let's be honest about the level of opponent Galal's been in with. He's been in with people that Sonny wouldn't hire as sparring partners. Never mind opponents for him to fight in the ring, because he's only had 8 fights, Galal. That's not any criticism of Galal Yafai. He's there's not as big a
contract, isn't he? And he's a 31-year-old flyweight. You know, at the end of the day, you're not going to do 20 pro fights, are you? Before that, Hawkins going Friday. Good on you, mate. Yeah, exactly.
He's not long left. Galal's not got a lot of time,
man. He's in his prime.
3 years. He's 3 years older than Sonny, and Sonny's an established former world champion. You know, so time is of the essence for him. I think this is his 8th fight, is it, Liam, or is it his 9th?
I think it's his 9th.
So he's 8-0 going into this.
I think Sonny's 22-1 or something like that.
Yeah.
23-1 or something.
Sonny's a younger fighter though. Sonny's only 28, so everyone makes it.
And I actually think Sonny's possibly fresher as well. And I know that might sound stupid, but Galal has an extensive amateur background. He boxed in the WSB as well, so he's probably had, I won't say twice as many fights as Sonny, but considerably more. So it's not too soon. He's not a novice. His record may say that in terms of he's only in his 9th fight, but in terms of career progression, the time's now for Galal, and this is the yardstick for me. If he beats Sonny, then we know that he's then ready for the likes of Bam or whoever, Chocolatito, or the other champions, because Sonny's the best of the rest. It's that simple. Sonny is the best of the rest. There's only Bam that doesn't beat him, and given a different setting, a different time, Sonny could have danced and kept out of the way of Bam. I think Bam beats him 9 times out of 10, but there is also that 1 out of 10 that Sonny could do. So for me, if Galal Galal could even lose on Saturday night and it not set him back. It's just shows at us where he's at. He could lose and still go on and win a world championship in his next 2 or 3 fights.
This was too good an opportunity for Galal to pass. This fight, win even in defeat on Saturday night, if he does lose, will probably do more for him than going and winning the British, Commonwealth, European titles all in once.
Big payday or home crowd.
Everything is in his favour. I just think it's, in terms of their professional careers, it's too soon for Galal. It probably is too big a jump for him to make. Now, he could surprise us on Saturday, and we've seen it time and time again, but you go after cold, hard evidence. Sonny Edwards, as a professional, is able to make very good fighters look stupid. Yeah. Galal Yafai hasn't had a gut check yet. Never mind even being in a semi-competitive fight. It's just those 1 or 2 levels too far for him, I think, to push in only his 9th fight.
I completely agree with you, Liam. My prediction is wider than a lot of people have it. A lot of people are sort of saying, I think Sonny might nick it, this, that, and the other. I honestly think after the Bam Rodriguez fight and even the Adrian Coriel fight last time out for Sonny, I think that he's a lot tougher than people give him credit for. He's a very skillful boxer. I actually think he's going to dance rings around Galal on Saturday night. I think Sonny's going to win a wide unanimous decision. Whether it's wide on the actual judges' scorecard is probably a different thing, but I genuinely believe that Sonny will make things look quite easy. Obviously, I don't think he's going to stop him or anything like that, but yeah, I'm going wide UD. Liam, what was your official pick?
Mine was exactly what you've just said, mate. I don't think it's going to be as close or as competitive as people think. I've got it 10 rounds to 11 rounds to 1 kind of in Sonny's favour, but that isn't going to help reflect Yafai's effort in the fight. It's just going to show the levels between the two fighters.
Jay?
Sonny Edwards, TKO, round 7.
Yeah, do you know what? He's 4 or 5 knockouts on the record. Sonny.
I just think... sorry to cut you, but I just think Galal's going to be chasing him that much that he's going to become exhausted, and I think that's when Sonny will walk him onto something, possibly body. I think it might be a body shot. I think he'll just get exhausted. I don't think it's necessarily going to be a cumulative damage. I think it's going to be a mixture of trying to catch Sonny, so he's going to get mentally exhausted. Sonny will wear him down physically, and then I think Sonny will turn it up a notch. And I think we're going to see a spiteful performance from Sonny, and I think he can possibly get him out of there. Yeah. I know I always pick random shit like that, but no, look, I can see it.
I see where you're coming from in the logic that there's levels between them, and ultimately anyone with a pair of gloves on, if you're hitting somebody that frequently. Rambler's in the house, big up Rambler. Curiel was coming on in that fight. Sonny was lucky. I think he was stopped on a cut in the end. Wasn't it? Curiel was coming on a little bit, but Sonny was up decent, I think, in the fight. And you have to remember, Curiel's a decent fighter. When does Sonny put a constant jab out there, he just reverts to lead right hooks.
I don't, mate. He's the fight he won the IBF wide title. So I forget the South African he beat. That was everything was off the jab that night. He purely used the jab in 3 or 4 rounds.
He does what he needs. Sonny does what he needs to do. He reads his opponents and then just does what he's comfortable getting away with. If he needs to jab and move, he'll do that.
Yeah, he adapts accordingly to what's in front of him, and he was, although it was the wrong game plan against Bam, he did adapt in that Bam fight. Ultimately, it was that come forward trying to be on Bam that cost him his legs in the end. But at least he's always willing to try things.
And let's all be real now, right? If Sonny Edwards had a Mexican name or was lightweight or above, we would be hailing him as one of the greatest of all time, based on his skill set and what he makes opponents look. Maybe not the greatest of all time, but he would be heralded and praised a lot more than he is because he's in flyweight, super flyweight. If he was lightweight or above, Sonny would be the man. But unfortunately, he's in a division that's not sexy, it's not glamorous, and unless you're a boxing nerd like we are, you maybe haven't heard or watched him that many times. He's just, unfortunately, a small guy in a really small division.
Heavyweight dominated sports. Yeah, Wasim, that was his name. Ramblers, right? Yeah. Wasim won 4 rounds on points. Took off is very limited. Yeah, we'll keep an eye out anyway. But that's the prediction show. Cheers to Rambler and Hawkham for tuning in. Liam, Jay, we've lost Jay a little bit here. We're going to come back briefly in a minute to have a little discussion around Derek Chisora versus Otto Wallin being announced. And Willie Hutchison against Zach Parker is the chief support, I think. So, yeah, catch that in a couple of minutes. And